My beloved brothers and sisters, there are battles in life that you can see, and there are battles you cannot. We prepare for the visible struggles, work, family, illness, loss, fear of the future, but beneath these ordinary realities, there is a deeper struggle unfolding silently, moment by moment. Scripture calls it a spiritual battle. It is unseen, yet it is real, and in this hidden war, God has not left his children defenseless. Today, I speak to you about the unseen battle and the angelic protection granted to the righteous from the beginning of sacred scripture. We learn that God's creation is not limited to what the eye can perceive. There is a spiritual realm that intersects with our daily lives, even when we are unaware of it. Angels are not myths, nor poetic symbols invented to comfort the weak. They are servants of God, messengers of his will, and guardians appointed for the sake of those who seek righteousness. The Bible tells us plainly that angels are ministering spirits sent forth to serve those who are to inherit salvation. Many people imagine angels only in moments of beauty or celebration. But Scripture often reveals them in moments of danger, fear, and testing. Angels stand watch in the darkness. They guard, warn, strengthen, and sometimes intervene in ways we will only understand in eternity. The unseen battle is not fought with swords or armies, but with faith, obedience, and trust in God's providence as a priest. I have accompanied souls through moments when human strength was not enough. I have seen people emerge from situations that defy explanation, accidents that should have been fatal, choices that seemed small but saved lives, delays that prevented disasters. Often, these moments are dismissed as coincidence. But faith teaches us to see deeper. Faith teaches us that God's protection is often quiet, hidden, and profoundly personal. Let us remember the words of the psalmist. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Notice that the angel does not merely visit, he encamps. He remains. He watches. This tells us something crucial. The righteous are not alone. Even when they feel abandoned, allow me to share a story from my own ministry. Years ago, a young man from our parish was driving late at night on a mountain road. He later told me that he suddenly felt compelled to slow down, though there was no visible reason to do so. Seconds later, a large rock fell onto the road just ahead of his car. Had he continued at the same speed, the outcome would have been tragic. When he told me this story, he said quietly, "Father, I felt like someone was telling me to slow down." That whisper, my brothers and sisters, may well have been the quiet guidance of an angel. The unseen battle is not always dramatic. More often, it is subtle. It happens in moments of temptation, when we are drawn toward choices that would harm our soul. It happens when despair presses close, whispering that prayer is useless.
VB.VN, Vietnam's leading text-to-speech solution.
And hope is gone. In those moments, angels fight not by force, but by strengthening our conscience, reminding us of truth, and drawing us back toward the light. Consider how often you have felt an unexplained urge to pray, to call someone, to turn back, or to wait. These inner promptings are not always from ourselves. God works through his messengers to protect us from dangers we do not yet see. Angelic protection does not remove free will, but it illuminates the path so that we may choose wisely. Scripture gives us powerful images of angelic protection. Think of the prophet Daniel, surrounded by lions yet untouched. Think of Peter, sleeping in prison while an angel quietly awakens him and leads him to freedom. These are not fairy tales. They are revelations of a God who actively guards those who trust in him. But let us be clear. Angelic protection is not a reward for perfection. It is a gift for humility. The righteous are not those who never fall, but those who rise again and place their trust in God. Angels do not shield us from every hardship, but they accompany us through it. Sometimes the protection they offer is not physical safety, but spiritual endurance. I once sat with a woman who had lost everything, her home, her savings, and eventually her health. She said to me, "Father, I don't know why God didn't stop this." I answered her honestly, "I don't know either. But I do know this, he did not abandon you." Over time, her suffering did not disappear, but her faith deepened. She told me later, "I feel carried." That sense of being carried, my brothers and sisters, is often the gentle work of angels sustaining a soul when strength is gone. The unseen battle intensifies when we live righteously. Because righteousness threatens darkness, a soul that seeks truth, forgives enemies, and remains faithful in suffering becomes a light, and light always draws resistance. This is why Scripture urges us to remain vigilant, clothed in faith and prayer. Angels fight alongside us, but they do not replace our responsibility to choose God daily. Let us speak also of families. How many times have parents prayed for children who wander far from faith? How many unseen battles rage around those prayers? I have known parents who prayed for decades, never seeing the fruit of their petitions. And yet, years later, those children returned, changed by experiences no one could explain. I am convinced that angels stand watch over such prayers. guarding them until the appointed time. The greatest example of angelic presence in the unseen battle is found in the life of Jesus Christ himself. In the wilderness, angels ministered to him after temptation. In his agony in the garden, an angel strengthened him. Even the Son of God accepted the comfort of angels. What humility this teaches us. If he allowed himself to be strengthened, how much more should we welcome God's heavenly help? Angels remind us that suffering is not meaningless. They stand as witnesses to our fidelity.
Experience AI voice technology at vb.vn.
They carry our prayers before God. They guard our final moments. Many saints believed that angels accompany the soul at death, guiding it safely home. This belief has comforted countless faithful through centuries of loss and grief. As we near the end of this reflection, I want you to understand this clearly. The unseen battle is real, but so is divine protection. You may feel weak, you may feel overwhelmed, you may feel alone, but heaven is closer than you think. Angels stand watch even when you sleep, even when you doubt, even when you forget to pray. So how do we cooperate with this protection? First, by living in humility. Pride blinds us to grace. Second, by remaining faithful in small things. Angels are drawn to obedience and sincerity. Third, by praying, not perfectly, but consistently. A simple prayer invites powerful protection. Let me leave you with one final story. A priest friend of mine once survived a violent attack. Later, witnesses said it was as if the attacker hesitated, confused, before fleeing. My friend said afterward, I felt surrounded. He believed, without hesitation, that his guardian angel intervened. Whether or not we can prove such moments, faith allows us to recognize God's mercy working beyond what we see. In conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters, remember this: the righteous are never defenseless. The unseen battle is fierce, but God's protection is stronger. Angels walk with you, they guard your steps, they strengthen your resolve, and one day, when the battle is over, you will understand how many times heaven intervened on your behalf. Until that day, walk in faith, trust in God, and know that even when no one is watching, heaven is.
Experience AI voice technology at vb.vn.